Hey everyone, it's Riley here. So I want to do a video for you guys today. I know I did a video recently talking about phalloplasty, but I kind of wanted to touch a little bit more on that and just touch a little bit more about the clinic that I'm going to, what surgeries they offer, and kind of just some things that maybe that you would need to do prior to having your consultation date, and as well just stuff that they require from you or your doctor in order to be able to go through with phalloplasty. So, those of you who don't know, I now currently live in Alberta and have gone through Alberta Health and have now been approved for phalloplasty as of actually May 1st. So it still doesn't even feel real, but things are definitely coming together, and I still don't know a consultation date. I still don't know a surgery date, but I wanted, to touch base a little bit about phalloplasty because I now I'm going through Alberta, which I mentioned, and one thing like from Ontario is that Ontario did offer, or still as far as I know offers, surgery through other clinics other than Montreal because Montreal is known for only doing RFF, which is taking the graft from your arm, and some people do or would prefer to have surgery through ALT, which is taking the donor graft from your leg. So for that, people had to go outside of Ontario and outside of Canada in order to get this surgery done. So when I moved from Ontario to here, I kind of restart the process, and knowing that I basically had to let go of the surgery that I wanted, which was ALT, which kind of, definitely sucked. But for me, having phalloplasty at all was something I knew that I couldn't live without. And it's something that, when it came down to it, having, a scar on my arm, then not having surgery, it just, for me, I knew it was the right decision. So, I just went forward with it and kind of proceeded to kind of, then see doctors, meet with psychiatrists, and go through that whole process again to, get into surgery. So, anyway, I basically, had to go see Dr. Marshall and talk to him and then go through, whatever paperwork I needed to be able to fill out, like my history of, I think my medication, surgery, stuff like that, get it all sent to Montreal and to Alberta Health. And basically, once after I was here about a year, then wait for approval and then kind of go from there. So with my approval and stuff, I'm basically was waiting to hear back, and within like the last year since being here, I've kind of heard that like I had mentioned that Montreal only offers RFF. Well, I've been kind of hearing that they also offered ALT, but I called the clinic and was trying to get some information on that, and they kept just saying, no, we only offer like one surgery, we only offer the one surgery. I have a few friends or people that I do know that have gone through or are trying to go through getting ALT, and one of them that I know has actually been approved for it through Montreal. So I kind of reached out and asked how they went about that. So they basically reached out through email to the Montreal clinic and stating that they wanted ALT, kind of explained why, and that for them they just thought it was a good decision and stuff, and then just waited for a response, which is then what I did. I reached out, told them my concerns on why I think ALT would be better than RFF, and then just explaining that I just think it would better suit what I was looking for. And then I actually just got a response not too long ago. So I kind of want to go through that response with you guys and just kind of like the guidelines of what they told me and what they're looking for. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to kind of bring up my phone here and go through that email with you guys. So, sorry, one second here. Within this email, they just said, I'm going to try and briefly scroll through this, that the surgical technique that is currently recommended by GRS Montreal is phalloplasty by the forearm, which I had stated. But if you would like to discuss the possibility to have phalloplasty with another donor site, which is ALT, we will do a follow-up with the surgeon and have their indications related to the possibility to go forward with further exams for the ALT phalloplasty. And then it says, before contacting the surgeon, we will require for you to send some basic information. So, a pre-operative questionnaire, which they attach to the email that they send back to me. Pictures of both of my thighs standing up from about hip to your knee, and then a picture again of your thighs standing up, but doing a pinch test, which they describe how to do. And then basically that's all they need right there. Like that's all they would need as of currently to be able to assess if you're even a good candidate at all, and to be able just to kind of see like the body type you have and how kind of assess somewhat in pictures to see how thick your skin and stuff is. So from there, a phone consult with the surgeon could be booked if you wished, and depending on the result of the pinch test, the surgeon will determine if you could be a good candidate. Like I had said, in that case, we would do further exams. So then a consultation for the office must be booked in order to discuss both surgical techniques. So then from there, like if you are a good candidate, they still would like you to go and talk to the surgeon about both techniques to kind of maybe, kind of just give you more information on RFF, which I like because it's like I know enough, but I maybe, there's still probably information that I'm missing, and it still gives you the idea of like what both surgeries are like, and still be able to kind of assess, which one you still think would best suit you, and as well have the surgeon's recommendation of what they think would best suit you and kind of why. And then from there, sorry, one second. The preoperative assessment must be done. In order to do that, we will need to receive the following documents: a main letter of recommendation issued by a health professional, then a secondary recommendation letter, as well as a medical report from your primary care physician, just stating that they're going to continue to assist you in good health and will provide information and follow-up care after your surgery. Hormone therapy report, a current list of medications, then as well the preoperative questionnaire, which is already mentioned, but they asked for that again. A photo of yourself from just head to toe, clothed, just for identification purposes, and then just a hysterectomy report. So those are the things they would need prior to having a actual consultation. So the few things before were just to kind of assess whether you're a good candidate for ALT, and then from there, if you are a good candidate and you would like to go forward, those are the other things that you would need in order to have a consultation date and then kind of move forward with actually having surgery. So yes, with Montreal, they do actually offer ALT, and I kind of just wanted to talk about that because I honestly wasn't sure when it came to having phalloplasty there, and I would say 99 almost % of the time, I've only ever seen RFF. I very rarely have seen, but kind of heard that they did offer it, but didn't really know anyone personally until probably the last year or so, that I've had friends who were saying they were trying to go through with it, but because of the misconceptions, I wasn't even sure if they would be approved or that they offered it. But now I know 100% that they do. It's just you personally should reach out through email stating that you would like it, because once I got approved through Alberta, even with Dr. Marshall, that's all that they knew. That's all that was told by them, is that RFF was the only surgery. And unless I reached out personally, I think even up until my consultation date, maybe I could ask the doctor about it, but I would have been in the understanding that I would be going for RFF. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to mention that to you guys, that those of you who are looking to go with Montreal Clinic, and if it's something that you are considering to go for surgery but would like to have ALT, that it is a possibility. And I think that's basically it. When it comes down to my phalloplasty itself, I am looking more so on the ALT side than RFF. And if you're not too sure on what that means, it's like radical forearm phalloplasty, which I had said it's the graft from your arm. And ALT is the anterior lateral thigh phalloplasty, which is, like I mentioned, from your thigh. But I just like to kind of keep it short formed because yeah, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but hopefully I am. Just knowing that going forward, hopefully that this will be something that I actually will be approved for, and, be able to just kind of, once it's done, feel content and happy about my decision, because, for me, having RFF was not something I really wanted to do, but it was something that I knew I had to in order to feel comfortable in my body. But I just knew that, having this scar on my arm, wasn't something I don't think really anyone wants, but it was just wasn't something that I was, you know, had kind of set my mind on, because in Ontario they offered ALT, so that was where I knew I wanted, and then moving here, kind of having that taken away, definitely sucked. So, it definitely has made things a little bit easier and a little bit like less worrisome. But yeah, I think that's everything. And if you guys have any questions, comments, and suggestions on videos and topics and stuff like that, you can always put them in the comments below. But I think that's everything for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry about the long rant, but yeah, anyways, bye for now.